Hey, what's going on guys? It's your boy, NerdModeOn, and welcome to episode 4 of Battle Reports, a video series where I'll be going over a particular weapon in Battlefield 1 and breaking down the statistics of the weapon to provide you guys with a better idea of how the weapon will perform on the battlefield. So today we're actually going to be taking a look at the Selbstlader M1916, or more commonly known as the Mauser 1916 in real life. Now, the Mauser M1916 was a semi-automatic rifle that used a delayed blowback mechanism and fed from a 25-round detachable magazine. This process of developing a semi-automatic rifle cost Paul Mauser and I when the prototype suffered an out-of-battery detonation. The mechanism was quite delicate, working reliably only when in a clean environment, which of course made the rifle unsuitable for infantry use. However, an interesting fact about the Mauser M1916 is that the Imperial German Flying Corps adopted the rifle for its aircraft crew in 1915 and of course more generally in 1916. Aerial combat provided the clean environment that the rifle required, and the semi-automatic capacity was an advancement over bolt-action rifles. Now, transferring back over to Battlefield 1, we do notice that the Selbstlader M1916 does have 3 available variants that are permitted for this individual weapon. The 3 available variants are the Selbstlader M1916 Factory, the Selbstlader M1916 Optical, and last but not least, the Selbstlader M1916 Marksman. Now that we've established that there are 3 variants for the Selbstlader M1916, let's of course break it down further and give you a description of what each variant permits when it comes down to the benefits that they offer on the battlefield. So of course, starting things off, the Selbstlader M1916 Factory gives you the benefits of it being lightweight, which ultimately allows you to recover faster from recoil, thus making it more accurate. Next in line is the Selbstlader M1916 Optical, which gives you the benefits of it having better accuracy in comparison to the factory variant. Alongside this feature, you also get to see the adoption of an optic being added to the semi-automatic rifle. And last but certainly not least, we have the Selbstlader M1916 Marksman, which are granted with the benefits of it having better accuracy in comparison to the factory variant, along with a telescopic sight added to the semi-automatic rifle. So now that we've broken down the 3 available variants for the Selbstlader M1916, of course let's talk about the analytical statistics of the weapon so that way you guys have a better idea of how the weapon will perform on the battlefield. Now, it is worth noting that the 3 variants only affect very minute statistics when it comes down to each variation of the Selbstlader M1916. Of course, across the board you will notice that the rate of fire, the velocity, and the damage model alongside the magazine capacity are going to be the same of all 3 variants. So with that being said, the Selbstlader M1916 has a rounds per minute clocking in at 224 rounds per minute. This semi-automatic rifle is also granted with a velocity clocking in at 800 meters per second. This velocity ensures that the Selbstlader M1916 will be very effective at medium to long range, considering that you will not be required to lead nearly as much with this specific rifle as you will with some other alternatives. Now, transferring over to the damage model, you guys will notice that this specific weapon will do a maximum of 40 damage up until approximately 27 meters. Now, after 27 meters, you'll notice a gradual decline of the overall damage being outputted at range, and of course the weapon will do a minimum of 35 damage at approximately 52 meters. So to put this into layman's terms, all this really means is that the Selbstlader M1916 will require a minimum of 2 rounds upwards of 3 rounds to down an individual player. This specific semi-automatic rifle does benefit from the 1.7 times headshot multiplier, so of course if you are able to couple a few of those in there, you will notice that it will save you ultimately 1 round in the end. Now, moving right along, this semi-automatic rifle does give you a 25 round magazine plus 1 in the chamber, giving you a total of 26 rounds in total. Now, considering that the Selbstlader M1916 does have 3 variants that are available for this specific rifle, we do get to see the reload times slightly different from each other. However, the only variant that truly differs is the Marksman variant, considering that it does shave off 0.07 seconds on both the short reload as well as the long reload. So with that said, let's quickly just give you guys some information about the short reload of the Selbstlader M1916, which happens to clock in at 2.37 seconds. However, if you happen to expel all of your ammunition, you'll be granted with a 3.47 second long reload, so of course it's in your best interest to try to reserve at least 1 round in the magazine if at all possible. Now in Battlefield 1, the variants have definitely altered the attachment system from previous Battlefield titles to make it a little bit more simplistic for newer players that have since joined the Battlefield franchise. Some of the options for attachments that individual players may see on their weapon are scopes, and of course you will always have the ability to place a bayonet on the end of your rifle, giving you a little bit further reach when it comes down to the melee combat system. However, it is worth noting that there is a negative side effect of having a bayonet on the end of your rifle. The negative side effects of having a bayonet on the end of your rifle is that you will have slightly more recoil, and this also makes your weapon take a little bit longer to come up to a firing position after you are done sprinting. So basically all this really means is that your weapon handling and stability takes a little bit of a hit. But anyway guys, that's really all the information I have for you. Hopefully you found something in the video insightful and or entertaining. But until the next episode guys, this has been NMO, and I'm going to be signing out guys. Peace!